Brought the 66-inch AMI grading bucket today. Should move mud a little faster with this. At least it feels like it does. But I got the machine started up. It's warming up. Parked it over there because the wind was blowing this way from the fire last night, and I didn't want to leave it out in the pond, and I didn't want to leave it right here downwind from the fire. So that's where I put it. Looks like the fire burned out pretty good. Looks like the smoke is blowing that way, which is fine with me. I'm gonna come over here and stir this around and see if I can't get a little fire back started. Ooh, I don't know if there's gonna be a whole lot of stirring around. There's all the ashes are full of water. Well, crappers. Well, I'll get something back started. Well, alrighty then. I'll get some sort of fire back started. If the wind's blowing that way, I want to burn some more, so that's going to take longer than I anticipated, but that's okay. Such is life. So what I did yesterday was I finished cutting the pond out, and I threw all the mud back up here, because when we walk down here you'll see just how much water is already soaked in here overnight. So the bottom's almost covered as far as the pond here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few more of those trees out, so I'll have room to take all this, throw it up there and get it out of the way, and then I got to come in here last thing and take out the previous dam, and that's going to allow all that water to run over. It'll probably go down 2 or 3 feet, probably a couple feet. That's a fair amount of water there, but I got to cut all this out first so that I'm not having to dig underwater other than my little edge right there that I got to go down. So that's the plan for today. I'm gonna get the fire back started, get some room cleaned up, knock a few of those trees down, and then start baling some mud. So it's gonna be an all-day event right here. So I piled some brush in there and had a couple old pallets laying around and threw those on there, and I'm gonna let that catch up there for a minute. And I kind of separated out a pile of dry wood that is kind of, halfway burnt, so that tends to start back a little bit easier than some fresh green stuff. So fire's burning pretty good. I've gotten rid of that pile over there. I'm going to finish cleaning that up and throw some more stuff on there, but as long as the wind's blowing that way, we're not going to set mud on fire. So I'm going to keep it's a little dry, but I'm going to keep burning along until I got to get down there and start moving mud. I really don't want all that falling on me, but I got to take these trees down, so I'm going to stack some more on here and let that burn down while I probably come here and cut some logs up and go ahead and drop those trees. I just cut the majority of these trees up. Throw these stumps over here. Fire's burning just dandy. Go ahead and get some more of this stuff burned up while I go over there and knock some more trees down. Stays the same, should get the majority of this stuff burned up today, and I'll be excited for that. also the pond done. Get off of their little ranch. Yeah, they're just gonna get that one. Outside edge to kind of hold everything in. And then when the hole burns down, I can throw those in there. About one or two more, and that's going to be about all I need to put on there for now. I'm going to finish cleaning up my logs over here and go ahead and drop the rest of those trees, get those cut up, and then start baling mud back. Might be a long day today, but the good news is it's making headway. Alright, that's enough. Easy there, log. Alright, so I got 3 more big trees to take down by the pond site, and that's so I can take all that mud and blend it in to this area right here. There's a lot of dirt that got to come out today. I mean, I moved a lot yesterday, but there's a lot left. It don't look like it, but it is. Alright, let's see if this is gonna do a timber. Tim, come on, back this way. Come back this way. Wrong way. What you doing, tree? And pull it back. Right there. Timber. Timber. rake a little dirt off. I'm not chainsawing in the mud, so what I'm going to do is back up this way, not hit a tree, roll this around, roll the tree, right on over here, don't fly up and hit your roof. And now what I can do, not get stuck, that was my logger. I got a logger friend who's going to come haul. Whoa, don't be doing that. I'm gonna come get the logs so that I don't have to try to burn these big ass things up. I got the cinnamon address sent. So my next concern is, so I'm about sunk to the top of the, well, not right now, but as I wiggle around, I sink down pretty good. I'm about to add 3 feet of mud to this, so that's going to be interesting, and what that's going to be. These down, cut them up, eat a little bit of lunch, go ahead and put on my tilt bucket, grating bucket, and start bailing all that up here. That's wet. Boy, that's wet. I can't believe that a pine tree normally doesn't grow in an area that wet. That's a swamp pine tree. Tree, what you gonna do? Not really move is what you're not gonna do. Come on. I don't want it to fall in the pond, and I got to deal with all the branches in the pond. You know what I could do? I could just drive over here and push it, because it'll push more than it'll. Easy there, Lynn. Glad I thought of this right here. Oh yeah. How about that? Oh, steak. More leverage. When in doubt, push out. Timber. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna get out of that. That thing looks like a spaghetti noodle. Might as well grab this one while I'm here. I'm trying to leave the roots because they'll kind of help expand this area. I gotta take down that one maple tree right there too. Swing D-limb. Roll that bad boy. Roll it right on over and it'll all go snap, snap, snap. Here I'm going snap, snap, snap. Pop, pop, pop. I better get out of here. I'm gonna be stuck, stuck, stuck. Alright, I'm gonna go cut that right there. I can get to that. Knock the dirt off. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom. Change. Alright, got the grading bucket on. Gonna go wear some rust off of it. Haven't used it in a couple months at least. But it's about to get shined up. Doing this. Burning, fire's burning really good. I was able to get all of that pile on there. All that stuff that was over there, the trees I took down. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over there and start transferring that mud back and filling it into that low area that I cleared. Well, that burns down. Can't even see the smoke up in the sky. Okay, so I'm going down here. Got the grading bucket on like I just showed. And I'm gonna grab this pile of mud and lay it over here. Start transferring all this back so when I make that last cut, I've got a place to put it pretty much. I'm gonna drive out here as far as I can. Grab as much as I can. I'll probably lay it over and go ahead and grade that just so I don't have to go back over top of it. Oh yeah, now it feels like I'm getting a good scoop. See a little bit right there. I can just go ahead and fill in that side and keep grading it back as I go, so I'll know about how much dirt I need to dig out or when to stop or stuff like that. That 48-inch bucket moves a lot, but another 18 inches, that adds up. Really about probably fourth scoop is a whole nother scoop. She's got no problem moving it. It gets a little tippy when you get all the way out there, but my God, you probably got 10 or 12,000 pounds with a scoop. I mean, it's 5,000 pounds of attachments right there. Getting it done now. I want to get a windshield full of mud if I keep dropping it from that high up though. Really dried out a lot. Remember how sloppy it was yesterday. Yeah, this is getting it done here. Seemed like it was taking forever to dig yesterday. This is going to have 3 feet of dirt over top of it, so I'm not even worried about these sticks. Just cover them up. Same principle as digging a hole, just over a small area. A bigger area, I guess I should say. love my cleanup bucket. I have literally designed this machine perfect for my needs. That's what I wanted. Alright, well, I'm going to grade that little bit out and then go to I'm getting a lot of mud filled back. I've already filled all that in and somewhat slicked it up. Since it's mud on top of mud, I'm kind of having to grade it as I go instead of just throwing all this back and then running over top of it. It's too deep, I can't get through it. So I'll do like little sections at the time. I just took a couple piles all the way up there to the far back and laid that in place, and I'll put this here and then lay it up there and work my way back. And then my next cut, I'll go ahead and grab that pile and bring it over here. That way all I got to do is dig out of the pond and kind of grade everything out. Hopefully I'll have time to break it today, but I want to get in there first and run around now that I have the grading bucket. Since I cannot drive back on top of that, I'm going to go down in the pond and see if I can't slick the banks up, make it a little more presentable, which I'm not going to be able to get back out there and do anything else. That's just going to have to sit like it is. The homeowner's got a bobcat, so he can slick it up later on. It might be 6 months before that dries enough, who knows. clean mud. I feel like I need to push the fire up, but I don't really want to stir all the ashes up with me sitting here working over right here behind it, so I'll probably just let it die down. Might give it a little nudge or two just to keep everything nice and hot in there. This bucket moves mud so much faster. But as much as it costs, it better do something. More plastic. So I'm grading that slope as I come along here now. This is going to be as big as the pond. We were shooting for a 1/4 acre. That's 100 by 100, and that is probably going to be a little bit bigger than that once I take out that old pond dam. Everything's mud, so you just try to pat it in place. It gets sandy once you get down there, but it's still pretty packed. But you can see how much groundwater came in last night. Because I dug that yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. So I'll grade some of this and then I'll get up there and grade it. Grade it back so that I make sure that I can still reach it. The other pond is full of logs to go hang out in. Got enough room for all this damn dirt. Tree stump. I'm not crazy about this stuff's pretty sandy, so it's going to try to wash until this can get stabilized. I think the water level is going to come up somewhere like enough, put it right there. It'll probably keep from washing a little bit better than that pure sand. Coming along good. Make another cut or two. I'll lay that back a little farther, and then I'm going to come on out here and breach this dam. Let this, I don't know how far this is going to drain down, but it'll drain down some, and I'll pretty much cut this down to however far that goes so that it's not, you know, I'm not digging liquid mud. I don't know, I may pull some of this back. I want to try to get everything I can dug out before I cut that in, because then I'll be digging in water and that'll just make more mud, and I don't need more mud. I got plenty of mud. I'm gonna go down in the pond before I cut the old pond into the new section and grade these sides out. It's a real solid bottom. Just all the mud was on top of it. I want to fix these banks, and all that mud and everything is so deep. If I got up there, it would just all slide back into the pond. So what I want to do is just run around here and just make it look a little nicer. See how I can't even hardly pull it with the excavator, it's just all sliding down. But kind of even it out a little bit, just so it's a little bit nicer edge. It'll make me happier. And it won't take long to do. Yeah, I left a few stumps out here and I'm driving over them and it's a little bumpy. Height, which would put it about right there-ish, maybe a little higher than that. Now it's time. Made a cut and cut this down to just about the level of the pond to get as much as I could out of here. I've already gone down in there and slicked up the edges of the front side. Like I said, it's way too wet for me to get back up there on top and grade that out. It's just too deep. But at least I got the show side graded out. Now it's time to come in here and cut this out and go ahead and flood the new cut. I'm gonna say this is gonna go down, shoot, it's probably gonna go down 2 feet to fill this up, maybe more. Find out here in just a few minutes. All right, let's flood the cut. we dug out yesterday on the pond side. I dug some of that out. It's about right here, so that's at least 3 feet deep. We're about to have a wall of water come over. I could set the camera up over there, but I can't get over there. Too wet. One more right here. I'm ready. Here goes nothing. Left holding. And the money shot. Here we go. Get that stick out of there. Here we go. And big cut. Blood. That's what you call a lot of water moving. Look at it, sucking it down. Well, the bottom's covered now. Look at it all pulling down. There it goes. Waterfall, not a waterfall, but a cascading. I guess I better quit watching and hurry up and dig some more out before it all fills up, didn't I? I'm over here lollygagging around. Well, the good news is I can see how far I need to dig out now. Oh, there's a stump. And a big stump. Take a few more and then I'm going to go ahead and transfer that back. Out of the way. Look at it swirling around. If I can drive out there or not. Let's see how deep it is. About 2.5 feet. been that low in a long time. This is gonna be right nice when it gets done. I guess I can pile some in there now. Spread out up there now. And it's about equalized out. Transfer that back and come back and grab some more. Well, I said I was going to get the pond done today, and by golly I did. So it's got to, the whole thing's got to fill up probably 2.5 feet now, so that should put it about 4 feet right here and taper to about 6 out there. It's a little deeper on that back edge where I was able to dig it, but I got a world of mud. I mean, a lot of mud. I've got mud spread out over there, and all this is from that dam that went across. Oh boy, I've had enough for today. That burnt down good. I'm gonna let that just kind of die down for tonight. I'll come back tomorrow, spread this mud out, start clearing some more. I think that looks pretty good. It'll look a lot better once this pile of mud's gone, and I gotta fix that edge there a little bit. It got so wet I can't really shape it the way I want it, but it'll dry out enough tonight where I can mess with it tomorrow. Big pond now.